Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So in today's video we are going to talk about angles. Now angle is a topic that you are already familiar with, I think from grade 2 or 3, something like that. So you might feel that there is no necessity of making a video on angle, but we are going to know a lot more than we studied before. Okay, so angle here, we will classify them into two categories. Okay, one is geometric angle, and geometric angle is the angle that we have been studying so far. Okay, geometric angle. But now we are studying trigonometry. Now in case of trigonometry, the calculation for the angle is a little bit different. That's why they have been categorized into trigonometric angles. Okay, so these two are quite different. Now we will try to know what are the difference between them. Okay, so first we will get to know what is the geometric angle. Okay, now you can see that there are some axes. Okay, and along the positive side of x-axis we have a red ray. That is the initial position of the ray. Okay, so if I let it rotate, okay, according to my drawing, okay, this angle is actually 45 degree. Okay, we know that this angle is 90 degree, right? So this is as this is the starting point. This is 0 degree. From here, the more the ray rotates, the greater the angle is going to be. Okay, so this is 90 degree, and you know that this is another 90 degree. So this is 180 degree. 90 plus 90, then this is another 90 degree. So 180 plus 90, this is going to be 270 degree, and here finally it is going to be 360 degree. Okay, so we saw that if our angle is rotating less than 90 degree, it will have a value of between 0 degree and 90 degree, right? If I draw any ray here, let us say if I draw this line and I denote this one as an angle, this angle is going to have a value between 0 degree and 90 degree. Okay, so as the ray started rotating from 0 degree, so the value of angle starts from 0, right? After that, after 0 it will become 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, so it will keep on increasing, and when it aligns with this line, okay, we will say that it is 90 degree. So up to 90 degree it will have a value that is less than 90 degree, right? Those are called acute angles. I hope you already know that. You have studied this one in the junior classes. Now what will happen if I go beyond 90 degree? Okay, so let us name this one as figure 1 and this one as figure 2. Let me change the color a little bit. Okay, so this is figure 2. Now in figure 2 we will see what will happen if the ray rotates beyond 90 degree. Okay, so as I already told you that this is 90 degree and this line is 180 degree line. So this angle, okay, that it has formed by the angle that it has rotated, it will be between 90 degree and 80 degree, and by my calculation it is actually 135 degree. Okay, so if you do the measurement, it is going to be 45 degree, and this angle we already know that it is 90 degree. So 90 plus 45, it is going to be 135 degree. Okay, and then if I keep on rotating and this one aligns with this line, okay, that is negative side of x-axis, then we can say that the ray has rotated a total of 180 degree. Okay, now can we go beyond 180 degree? For that, let us take a look at figure number 3. Okay, yes, as you can see that it has rotated by this angle, right? So it went beyond 180 degree. Okay, but it didn't cross the line of 270 degree. Okay, as by my drawing, this angle is 45 degree, this angle is 45 degree. Okay, this angle, with that we will add 180 degree. With that we will add 180. So 180 is up to this much. Let me change the color so that it becomes easier for you to understand. So this angle, this angle, the blue part, it is 180 degree, as you can see. With that we have added 45 degree, so the total angle is going to be now 225 degree. So we saw that if you want, we can go beyond 180 degree also. Okay, now, so if this angle, if this ray rotates further and aligns with this 270 degree line, then we will say that the angle has become 270. Okay, so then let us go, let us see if we can go further. Okay, so that will bring us to the figure number 4, and you have already seen that it has rotated beyond the 270 degree line, and this is, we know that 360 degree. This is initially 0 degree line, but later when we complete a rotation, it will be a 360 degree line, right? Okay, so now this angle, as I'm always keeping the measurement same, this angle is 45. So this 45 I need to add with what? This 270. Up to this 270 and then further to 45. So this total angle is actually 315. So we saw that if you want, we can go beyond 270 also. Now if I let this line complete the rotation, that means if I let it go further 45 degree, it should become aligned with this line, right? So that is the case in figure number 5. You saw that it completed a full rotation. Okay, see again. Yes, so as it started the journey from here and it completed a rotation and came back here, so we can say that this has completed a one full rotation, and it is rotated by, if I want to mention the angle will be 360 degree. Okay, so if it completes a full rotation and comes back to the initial position or the starting position, then we can say that it has rotated by an angle 360 degree. Okay, so now the question is, what if it still keeps going? Okay, it comes here, so that will bring us to figure number 6. So notice that, yes, we have completed one rotation and then we came here, right? Now in case of geometric angles, what happens? As soon as you cross the 360 degree line, the counting starts from 0 again. Okay, so from 0, when you, this is initially 0 degree line, right? So then it becomes 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 90 degree, like that. It will continue up to 180 degree, 270 degree, and then 360 degree. After that, if it still keeps rotating, then it will not be like 361, 362, 363. No. In case of geometric angle, what will happen? After 360 degree, it will come back to the initial position, initial counting again. Means it will start counting from 0 degree again. Means 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree again. So it's something like, in Ludo, you all play Ludo, right? So when you reach to the 100 box, let us say you have a snake waiting for you there. Okay, I don't know how to draw a snake, so let's consider this one is a snake, and that brings you down again to the starting position 0. Okay, so this is kind of something like that. Okay, so from 0 you go all up to, in our case it is not 100, it is 360 degree. So after 360 degree, if you want to go beyond, then what will happen? You have to come back to 0 again. Okay, you have to start from 0 again. I don't know whether the example exactly goes with our situation, but this is kind of the idea. Okay, so that's why we can say that the range of geometric angle is from 0 degree to 360 degree. The value of geometric angle will be between this, right? Okay, actually there should be an equal mark. Okay, an equal mark, because it can be equal to 0 or it can be equal to 360 degree. Okay, or in between them. That is the range of the geometric angle. It cannot go beyond. So in case of geometric angle, there is no negative angle. As it starts from 0, it can go in only the positive direction, and it cannot go beyond 360 degree. It cannot be 365, something like that. So that is the range of geometric angle. Okay, so I hope the idea of geometric angle is clear. Now, how the trigonometric angle is different, we will try to see that now. Okay, so trigonometric angle, in case of this one, you can see that Yes, in figure number 1, we just saw what happened. I will show you again. It completed a full rotation and then it went beyond. So in geometric angle, what was supposed to happen? After it crosses 360-degree line, the counting starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 again, right? But in case of trigonometric angle, the counting continues beyond 360-degree. That means if you have completed one rotation, that means you have completed 360-degree. But if you keep on going, then the counting will continue 361, 362, 363, 365, something like that. Okay, so you can go beyond 360-degree. Okay, the counting doesn't stop there. So in geometric angle, for geometric angle, we will show only this part. We will denote the angle like this, only this part. But if you are showing by trigonometric angle, then we have to show that it completed a full rotation and then it went further, and this is the angle now. Okay, so let me erase this part. And now how can we measure the angle? Okay, how can we measure the angle? Here, so as this angle, this part is actually 45-degree. So what will be the total angle now? Think about this one just for a moment. Pause the video and think what should be this total angle now, as we can go beyond 360-degree in case of trigonometric angle. I hope many of you got the correct answer. I believe all of you got the correct answer. So you completed a rotation. That means you rotated by 360-degree first, and then you rotated a further 45-degree angle, right? So add that 45-degree. So now we can say that the ray rotated by an angle of, I think, 405-degree. Yes, 405-degree. So you can see that for trigonometric ratio, it is possible to go beyond 360-degree, and that is the main difference between geometric angle and trigonometric angle. And there is another difference. Inshallah, I will talk about it a little bit later. Okay, now come to the second figure. See by what angle now the red ray is rotating. One rotation. Now what happened if I want to denote this angle? Okay, then how we will denote? We will show that it completed one rotation and then further it came here. Okay, so if I tell you that this angle is 45-degree, will you be able to tell me what is the total angle by which the ray rotated? Can you do it? So pause the video, think for a moment, and then try to find out the answer, and then match the answer with my answer. Okay, so here we can divide it into several parts. For example, I will use different colors so that it becomes easier for you to understand. So first, let us denote the part of one complete rotation. Okay, one complete rotation. This is one complete rotation. So we have 360-degree, right? Plus the second part, let us denote it by a green line. From here it came here, right? It rotated further 90-degree. It rotated further 90-degree. So we will add that 90-degree, and then it went more 45-degree, right? 45-degree more. This part is more 45-degree. So we will add it to. So the total angle now, it will become 360 plus 90, that is 450. 450 plus 45, that is 400. I think 95, 495-degree. If there is any mistake in addition, then you can correct it yourself. But my target is to give you the idea. So I hope you got the idea. Now let us take a look at figure number 3. Notice at what angle it is rotating. One rotation, two rotation. See, we till now we completed one rotation, right? But here we saw that we counted that it completed two rotation. Correct or not? So in this case, how shall we denote or show the angle? Okay, as it completed two rotation, you have to mark it in such a way so that anyone who sees it, they know that it has completed two rotation. How we can do that? So we will start from here. One rotation, two rotation, and then it came here. Correct or not? Now anyone looking at this marking will be able to say that the red ray has completed 2 rotation and then it went further. Here it came to this position. Now uh, so what will be the total angle by which the ray rotated? Okay, we know that it covered at first 360 degree, then again another rotation, so another 360 degree, right? And then if I tell you that this angle, as always, this angle is 45 degrees, so you will add 45 degree. So that will be 360, 720, 720 plus 45, 765 degree. So that is the calculation of this total angle. You can write here 765 degree. Okay, so that means we can go as much time as we want. Okay, we can complete number of rotation, the number of complete rotation, it can be up to infinity. Okay, you can complete twice, thrice, like that. You can keep on going. If you want to simplify this calculation, you know, if you complete 3 rotation, you have to write 360 plus 360 plus 360, so that is going to take a little bit of space. We can actually simplify the calculation. If it is completing 2 rotation, then you can simply write 2 into 360 degree, as it completed 2 rotation, and then it rotated by 45 degree or 10 degree, whatever degree it is rotating, you can add that. So that will also give you the same answer. Okay, so if it completes 3 rotation, then you will write 3 into 360 degree, then further whatever angle it travels, it is you have to add it. Okay, in my every case I have taken it to be 45 degree, but in your case it might be different, no problem. Okay, now before we move to the further topic, I want to give you this one as a homework. Try to, I will not say you the answer here. Okay, you do the calculation and let me know through the comment section, and I will let you know if you got the correct answer or not. Okay, so notice how many times it is rotating and where it is stopping. Let's start. So I hope you counted how many times rotation it completed and then where it stopped. For this information will be necessary, that how, what is the angle. So as always I will tell you that this is 45 degree. Now try to find out what is the answer here. Okay, by what angle did the ray rotate? Okay, now here I have mentioned that the range of trigonometric angle, we saw that the range of geometric angle, okay, it was from 0 degree to 360 degree, but in case of trigonometric angle it is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Wait a minute, from where did this minus infinity come from? Confusion, right? Because till now what we saw, that our calculation for angle was starting from 0, right? We understand that it can continue up to infinity because it can rotate as much time as it wants. It can, there is no limitation that after 100 times it cannot rotate any further. No, there is nothing like that. So in positive direction it can go up to infinity. We don't have any objection with that. But what does this minus infinity mean? So we will try to clear our doubt now. Okay. Now that brings us to our next topic, that is positive and negative angle. Yes, in case of trigonometry we can have positive angle and as well as negative angles too, which is not possible in case of geometry. So I mentioned one difference with the geometric angle and trigonometric angle, that is the range, right? About the range, that geometric angle cannot go beyond 360 degree, but trigonometric angle they can go beyond 360 degree. That is the first difference. And the second difference is, in case of geometry you will not have a negative angle, but in case of trigonometry you are going to get negative angles also. Now how we are going negative angle? So before that, let us try to understand what do we mean by this negative sign, what negative sign actually does. For example, if I have 3 and then if I have minus 3, what difference did it make? By putting this negative sign, what difference did we make? Okay, so let us try to understand the function of this negative sign first. Okay, for that we need a number line. Okay, let us say this is a number line and this is 0, 1, 2, 3. That means on the right hand side positive numbers are going to be there, and in the opposite direction you understand that the negative numbers will be there, and in both sides it can go up to infinity. Okay, that's the arrow means. Okay. Now if I say let us say you are at 0, you are at this position. Let us change the color. Okay, you are at this position 0, and I told you to go to number 3. So you will come to this point and you will travel in this direction. So how much distance did you travel? 3 unit, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 unit distance you traveled in the right direction. Right direction. Now let us say you are again at 0, and now I told you, this time I told you that go to -3, -3. So again you will be traveling the same 3 distance, right? 1, 2 and 3. You will travel the same 3 distance, 3 unit distance, but now you have traveled in the left direction. So I hope you are getting the idea of this negative sign. What it does not change the value, it actually changes the direction. Okay, it opposites the direction. Okay, whenever you put minus, it becomes opposite. Okay, for example, if I tell you to go 3 meter in north direction, that means you actually have to go 3 meter in the north direction. But if I tell you that go -3 meter in north direction, that means I am actually telling you to go in the south direction, 3 meter in the south direction. Okay, so this negative sign will change the direction. It will just make the direction opposite. Okay, now let us come to our case. Now till now what you saw, that the red ray that we had, it was rotating in a particular direction, right? What is the direction? Let us see. Now this is one direction of rotating. This is just the opposite direction of rotating, right? So how can we name the direction of rotation? How can we do that? Yes, we can name them as clockwise and anti-clockwise. Let me erase this writing here, we don't need them anymore. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now what does that mean? We all are familiar with clock, right? And we see in which direction the hand of the clock rotates, correct or not? I will try to draw a circle. Obviously it will not be a perfect circle, but for just getting an idea, this is the clock. Let us say this is 12, and we know that 3, 6, 9, all these are here, and we have this hand. Let us say this is the minute hand or the second hand, whatever you want, you can consider. Now this rotates in which direction? In this direction, right? In this direction it rotates. So that direction is called clockwise direction. So when we saw that this red ray is rotating in this direction, we can say that it was rotating in clockwise direction. So when it rotates in the clockwise direction, that time the angle that will be formed, we can say that those are negative angles. And till now what we saw in our previous slides, we saw that it was rotating in anti-clockwise direction, and that's why the angle that we were considering were all positive. Okay, so anti-clockwise means when it rotates in the opposite direction of the clock, in this direction, right? Okay. I will show you the rotation again. So this is rotating in the direction of the clock. So if we get an angle by rotating in this direction, okay, then we will say that that is clockwise direction. And now you can see that it is rotating in a direction that is opposite to the hand of the clock, right? So this is anti-clockwise direction, and in this rotation the angle that is being formed, we will call it a positive angle. Okay, so in case of positive angle, we know that we can complete as much rotation as we want. We can complete 1 rotation, 2 rotation, 3 rotation, 100 rotation, and for each rotation we are going to add 360, 360, 360. So it can go up to infinity in the positive direction, right? But what if the ray is rotating in clockwise direction? Then what will happen? In clockwise direction also, it can rotate as much as times it wants, right? So in that case, in negative direction also, we can go up to infinity. That is why the range of trigonometric angle is from -infinity, okay, to +infinity. So whether the angle will be positive or negative, that depends in which direction it is rotating. If it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, it will be positive, and in positive direction the value can be up to infinity. The same angle if we get now by rotating in clockwise direction, then the value of the angle will be negative now. Okay, and that can also go up to infinity. So this is infinity in the negative direction, and this is infinity in the positive direction. Okay, let us now try to measure some positive and negative angles. Okay, and let's see whether we can identify them. So let us look at the first figure. The thing that we need to notice in which direction it is rotating and by what angle it is rotating. Okay, so from the initial position it rotated in the anti-clockwise direction, so we can say that this angle is a positive angle, and in all the figure I'm taking this measurement to be 45 degrees, so we can say that in figure number 1 it is a positive 45 degree angle. Now let us take a look at the second one. You saw that, or we all saw that it rotated from its initial position in the clockwise direction. So as it traveled in the clockwise direction, the angle will be negative, and as I already told that the measurement of angles are 45 degree from the axis, so this angle is minus 45 degree. So I think now you can differentiate between them clearly, right? Okay, now take a look at the third figure and try to find out what should be the sign and the magnitude of the angle. Okay, pause the video and try the answer for this one. Also take a look at figure number 4. Now what do you think the answers should be? In this case you might have noticed that the ray rotated in counterclockwise direction, means anti-clockwise direction. So this will be an angle positive 135 degree. Okay, but in this case, even though you see that terminal position of the red ray is in the same position, right? But we know that in this case the angle is not going to be 135 degree. No, because we saw that it rotated in clockwise direction and then it came here, right? So the measurement of the angle is 225 degree, but as it rotated in the clockwise direction, this angle will be minus 225 degree. Okay, so that's the main difference between the positive and negative angle. I hope it is clear that how based on the direction of rotation we can find out whether an angle is positive or negative. Okay, now this is number 5. Let us try to find out how much this angle is. Okay, so first of all, what we noticed that the rotation was in clockwise direction, right? We saw that it completed one rotation and then it kept continuing to rotate, right? And we know that this measurement I'm always keeping 45 degree. So what will be the value of this angle? See, it rotated to 360 degree, right? So 360 degree, and it went on to rotate further 45 degree. Correct? So that is our angle, but as it rotated in the clockwise direction we have to put a minus sign in front of it, and remember to put the bracket. Okay, if you don't put the bracket then the answer will come wrong. So it will be minus 360 plus 45, it will be 405 degree, so minus 405 degree. So I believe that you all will be able to identify the positive and negative angle and find write the answer of it or the measurement of it. Okay, but still if you have any confusion then kindly let me know. Okay, good luck. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.